So today you're going to learn how to make Fusion 5 Essentials cinnamon, clove, and rosemary hair growth butter and oil. And you're also going to get to learn how I make my ginger glow. Hey y'all, let's make butter. Today I'm going to show you guys how I make my hair growth stimulating butter. And so in this bowl we have cinnamon, cloves, rosemary, and avocado and sunflower oil. Okay, so I had it sitting in the bowl overnight so that I can get a proper infusion without having to use any heat. And excuse this pimple, it's like it won't quit. Anyway, so yeah, I put it in there overnight so that it can sit, marinate, and infuse into the oil. Okay, so the next thing I did was I put some of it in my blender like so, and now we're going to strain the oil. And I'm straining because I want to get a clear oil. I don't want any of the cloves or cinnamon pieces or rosemary pieces floating around in my oil. And I'm going to use this oil to make the cinnamon clove body butter and hair butter. I recommend it more for the hair than the body because of what the cinnamon and the clove oil do for the hair. And let's not get on the rosemary, all right? Do your own homework. I am going to put the health benefits for these oils or for these herbs in the description of this video, but you're going to do yourself such a disservice if you don't do your own research. If you're having thinning hair, premature graying hair, like my hair, I'm 47 this year, so I'm not even mad at my grays, but some people ain't ready for the grays yet. And if you want to slow down your graying process, find out what these herbs can do for even slowing down graying. Okay, now natural graying is natural, right? But we want to slow down premature graying, meaning your hair shouldn't be getting gray yet. Okay, so find out what these things do for the hair. Find out why they are so good at growing your hair. Okay, and then again, like I said, I'll have a little bit of info for you in the description. And we're gonna make some ginger glow as well today. So this is some dehydrated ginger, fresh ginger. I dehydrate everything myself. I press everything myself because I need to be confident about the potency. Now, every now and then I may use some essential oil drops, and so I'll show you the brand that I mostly use all the time. Okay, Handcrafts, I love it. And so anyway, just watch and learn, y'all, because this DIY is going to be something for you to try, or you could just email me to buy, or you can go to fusion5essential.com. That's fusion, the number 5, essential, no S, ESSENTIAL.com. Remember, my old website was Fusion 5 Essentials. This one, we dropped the S. So if you don't already know, family, you're going to understand why the name Fusion is in our brand name, because what you're looking at is a powerful fusion of herbs and spices that will give us amazing hair growth, okay? Not only are these herbs antimicrobial and antibacterial, which will aid in keeping your scalp clean and clear from gunk that would slow down your growth by clogging your follicles, it is also very potent and strong enough to cause increased blood flow to your scalp, especially in areas that may be experiencing some alopecia, or you may have sebum buildup. This is exactly what you need to combat that, okay? You can get this in a straight oil by going to fusion5essentials.com, and you can even get it in butter form, okay? So I just added in a little bit more cinnamon into this mix. Cinnamon is my favorite spice for hair growth, okay? So family, just watch, enjoy this video, and listen closely. You can even get a pen and paper as I talk to you a little bit about these ingredients that we're using today. And before I give you guys the information, I wanted to point out that you notice I'm blending, right? I'm blending because I want to increase the potency of our oils. Okay, so I did tell y'all that I was going to give y'all some information about some of these ingredients that went into this butter, okay? So let's start off with the clove oil. Clove oil can stimulate blood circulation in the scalp, which is believed to nourish hair follicles and encourage hair growth. It also reduces hair fallout by improving scalp health and potentially strengthening hair follicles. Clove oil will reduce hair loss if used consistently and properly. Okay, the antimicrobial and antifungal properties of clove oil will help combat dandruff, scalp irritation, and other conditions. Again, if used properly in a nice clean head of hair. Okay, and it also enhances the luster and shine of your hair. So it's a win-win with cloves in your hair care regimen. All right, it also strengthens the hair. The antioxidants and other beneficial compounds in clove oil can help strengthen hair strands, making them less prone to breakage. And remember I told you about that immature graying. So some suggest that clove oil can help prevent premature graying by boosting the production of pigment in hair. And get this, y'all, it can also be used as a natural hair darkener. Clove oil has been traditionally used to darken natural hair, holistically and naturally. Okay, so let's talk about cinnamon now. So you may not have known, but cinnamon has multiple benefits for healthy hair, including stimulating hair growth. Cinnamon contains cinnamaldehyde, a compound that may improve blood circulation to the scalp. This increased blood flow can nourish follicles and promote hair growth. It also reduces hair loss, just like the cloves, okay? Cinnamon has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties that may help protect hair follicles from damage. And I'm not even going to say may. I'm going to say it definitely does. I have had great success in using cinnamon in me and my children's hair, okay? Our locks are growing like wildfire. So what it does is it protects the hair follicles from damage caused by free radicals and inflammation. This reduces hair loss, okay? And so cinnamon also strengthens the hair. Cinnamon is rich in minerals and vitamins such as vitamin C, zinc, and iron, which are essential for maintaining strong, healthy hair. It also combats scalp infections. Cinnamon has antifungal and antibacterial properties that can help fight scalp infections such as dandruff. Yeah, did you know that dandruff, especially excessive dandruff, is a scalp infection? Yeah. So another thing that I love about cinnamon is that it also improves hair texture. Cinnamon may help improve hair texture by making it thicker, fuller, and more manageable. It promotes scalp health as well. Did I say scalp health? Yeah, it does promote scalp health, but it promotes scalp health. Cinnamon can help keep the scalp healthy by exfoliating dead skin cells and reducing excess oil. So now let's talk about rosemary. Did you know that some studies suggest that it can be as effective as Rogaine, which has minoxidil. And guess what? Because it's all natural, you won't get those side effects that you can possibly get by using minoxidil. So we encourage rosemary use in our hair care regimens by 1,000. Okay. So let me give you a little bit of more details. I'm getting all tongue tied. Let me give you a little bit more details about rosemary for hair growth. Okay, so it stimulates hair follicles. Rosemary oil is believed to stimulate hair follicles, potentially encouraging hair growth and helping to prevent hair loss. And so I don't like words like potentially and maybe, but then again, those are necessary because everything doesn't work for everybody the same way, okay? So it also improves circulation. Rosemary oil improves blood circulation to the scalp, which is important for delivering nutrients to hair follicles and promoting healthy hair growth. Okay, so again, it may be as effective as Rogaine. And I am not only Fusion 5 founder, I'm also a client. So trust me when I tell you, I used to have really slow growing hair, even with my locks. And once I began to really use my own products and incorporate rosemary and clove and cinnamon into my hair care regimen, my locks are growing long, strong, and fast. So I've heard this so many times before, and so I can't stress it enough. A study found that rosemary oil was effective as minoxidil, and there won't be any side effects. Some of the side effects of minoxidil make it, like not even worth using. Okay, yeah, I want to have long hair, but I don't want to have long, strong, healthy hair with all these other side effects. Weight gain, chest pain, increased heart rate, and hair growth in areas that I don't want hair. Now let's make some infused ginger oil for our ginger grow. Okay, so in this jar, like I said, in this bowl, I have dehydrated ginger. I don't peel my ginger. I just slice it thin, pop it in the dehydrator, and then I blend it to turn it into a powder. So now we're adding in some grapeseed oil. And then I'm going to add in my favorite avocado and sunflower oil. I love avocado oil because it is a really great fat for the hair, as well as sunflower oil. Okay, so now this I am gonna apply the heat because I don't have overnight to let it sit. I don't have that kind of time. This needs to go out tomorrow. So now this I'm going to add to the double boiler so that I can get a great infusion for my ginger glow. And I don't even know why I keep calling it ginger glow. It's ginger grow. But now I'm thinking if I make some nice kind of facial serum, I'm going to call that ginger glow because I keep saying that. But this is for the ginger grow hair growth butter. Okay, so we got that sitting on the hot plate and my little teeny tiny cast iron frying pan. I think that's so cute. All right, y'all, so we want to bring this to a nice simmer, not a boil, because I don't want to kill any of the nutrients in this good old ginger. So here we are melting 2 pounds. This is actually 2.3 pounds of shea butter and mango butter. Okay, so it's more shea butter than mango butter. I put about 1.5 pounds of shea butter and about 1/2 pound mango butter, and we're gonna melt this baby down. We just got cut off. I make it an emulsified body butter, and so your number one ingredient in any emulsified butter is your emulsified wax, and this is what's gonna help your liquid substance melt in with your butters. And for this, we are going to be using spring water and glycerin. There we go. And so the reason why we melt this down first is because it has a higher melting point than the shea butter. And what I've noticed, when you melt this good old shea butter and you have it on the heat too long, it gets kind of gritty, so we don't want to do that. And once this gets all melted down, we're going to move on to the butters. Okay, so here we go, almost all melted. I've actually removed it from the heat just so that it can kind of melt on its own. I am being very, very careful. I had a gritty butter before, and when your butter comes out gritty, you know what you got to do? You got to melt it all down all over again. And because this is almost about 2.5 pounds of butter here, it came out to about 2.65 once I added in the emulsifier. All right, I don't want to have to melt all this all over again, so I'm taking my time with this baby. So I just separated 16 ounces of the melted down butter so that I can show you guys how we're going to do this. So now I have to add in 8 ounces of the oil of my choice, and y'all already know this is the cinnamon, clove, and rosemary oil. Okay, so you're going to add in 8 ounces of the oil, and then we're going to do an equal amount of water. I like to heat my water, so I'm pouring the spring water in so that it could be heated, because I don't want to mix in cold water with my hot oil. I just think it's going to give me a reaction that I really don't want. So I just want to heat this up real quick. Okay, so that water is heated enough, and now we're just going to pour the water in and immediately hit it with the emulsion blender, like immediately. Okay, now you can see that it's really, really loose, right? But as it cools, it is going to thicken. Okay, so about now you can put this in the fridge, or you can also sit it in like an ice bath and just keep whipping it, whichever you prefer. Slow and steady wins the race. Don't rush through this process or you will regret it. Okay, so this has infused for a nice little long time, and it is ready to strain. And I'm going to be straining this directly into my butter because I am running on thin time here. We've already added the ginger, the ginger oil. I also added the clove, cinnamon, and rosemary oil. And in goes our water. And we also put in our preservative. I almost forgot to tell you, I already started emulsifying. I almost forgot. I hope this doesn't mess everything up, but I have to add in some vegetable glycerin. And that gets added in during this phase, actually, because this is the cool down phase. So once it cools off enough, it gets nice and thick, and then I'm going to go in with the hand mixer. You can continue to use your emulsifier, but I'm going to use this hand mixer because I have quite a bit of butter in this bowl. And this right here is our cinnamon clove butter. Then we're going to move on to our ginger grow, and I think I may have let it stay in the fridge just a little too long, but nah, it's okay. It's blending. And then now look at this consistency, family. It's so nice and like fluffy and thick and creamy. I absolutely love making thick emulsified butters. I wanted the ginger, not the ginger, but I wanted the cinnamon and clove butter to be just a little thinner. And that way people can actually use it on their bodies as well as a cream that definitely will combat eczema and psoriasis. Okay, and so here is the consistency for now. I'm gonna work with this a little bit more, get it to my desired consistency, and then I'm gonna draw this right on up. Okay, so I have to show y'all this creamy, rich consistency of the ginger grow. This is the ginger grow, family, and this is going to do exactly what I promised it would do, and it's going to grow your hair. You can use this as a leave-in conditioner. Okay, you can even use this to oil your scalp because this will melt right into your scalp. Okay, make sure you're using this on damp hair so that it can wrap around and nourish your strands. Yes, let's try this up. So as you can see, Fusion 5 Essentials products are handmade, homemade with love and nothing but natural ingredients. So they're cruelty free, they don't harm our environment, and most of all, they don't harm us. They're not going to put your kidneys and your liver to work overtime to filter out toxic ingredients that will hurt your body in the long run. So if you're interested in Fusion 5 Essentials, visit Fusion, 5 Essential.com. FUSION, 5 ESSENTIAL.com, and shop today.